Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Voice by Matt show. My name is Matt Bertho, and today I have a very, very special guest. She's my girlfriend.
Oh, we're going to start like that.
Yeah, let's go. Angela
Okay.
Goodman. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for having me on the show today. I've only been pestering you about this for I don't know how long.
I know. You scheduled yourself, didn't you?
I did schedule myself. I will own that. I will own that 100%.
She thought she thought I was going to get too famous and she couldn't be on the show. It's silly.
We'll get famous together. How about that?
Oh. Oh.
Mm.
So Angela is a franchisee of Famous Toastery. She just won Franchisee of the Year. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Yes. By the International Franchise Association.
Yeah, it was a pretty good list of people. What list were you on? Were you on the Frank Carney list?
I think Frank Carney got special award things that I didn't get, but he
For all
also.
the novices out there, Frank Carney started a chain called Pizza Hut.
Mhm.
And then he got tired of Pizza Hut and started another chain called Papa John's.
Mhm.
See?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
I
you
know
know a lot of things.
I know things about franchises.
Okay. All
So
right.
she got to hear Deion Sanders speak too.
I did. I did. And he was very inspirational.
Did you get to meet him?
I did not get to meet him.
Hmm.
I got to watch him from fairly close by, but I did not get to actually meet him at the event. But he did a great job. He did a
Yeah.
great job. Yeah.
So Angela also worked in corporate America for 15 years as
I
a
did.
major salesperson,
As
right?
a So yeah,
Did you have a
yeah.
team or just you?
No, 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 no. I spent 3 years selling and designing large mechanical systems. And then I moved into managing a sales team. At one time, I had 8 sales professionals that did about $25 million in business.
Hmm.
And
How
then
many years in a row was that?
I managed in Charlotte, North Carolina from 2011 until 2015. So
Bougie
4 years.
Charlotte. Did Bougie Charlotte have the neon lights when you were there?
Yes, they
Oh
love
my
neon lights in Charlotte. They
God.
they think they're like Vegas East. I don't know. Yeah,
The vibe there is very chill. Very
it,
chill.
it is.
When I was
It-
there with Angela, I understood why all their sports teams suck. Because there's no fire in that city. There's zero fire.
no, and there's not much nightlife in that city either.
There's good food.
There is good food. They do have good food. There are a lot of restaurant chains that start in Charlotte. Famous Toastery being one of those. And
Ah.
there are several large chains, and Johnson and Wales University, which is a culinary school, is there too. So. Mhm.
So give us a little origin story. Tell us
The or
about how you
Okay.
found your voice, your origin story.
Well, my voice has been developing over time. I have a lot of things in my brain, and sometimes it's hard for me to organize them all. So
Mm. Yeah, she
my
wanted a
my
whole list of questions before we started, and I said, nope. You're just gonna have to figure it out as we go.
it's funny, Matt. I've had the opportunity to speak on several different things. A lot of it has to do with my business career in the past 10 years since starting business for myself. But I actually was an entrepreneur at a very young age. I started selling illegal expired candy at the age of 8. And
Hey.
almost got my mom fired from her job.
Well, yeah. You stole illegal expired candy.
Hmm.
And I might have gotten in trouble once for actually stealing candy
Oh, where did you steal candy from?
at the neighborhood grocery store where the Bertho boys and all my friends used to go.
Oh
And it,
boy.
it was one of the first places on the block to have uh, VHS and beta videos too.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't steal those with the candy.
No, No.
Okay.
I mean, it was like a what are those called? The orange sticks, chunka chunks or something. No, that was the sucker, chupa chups. It was like this orange buttery, like peanut butter crunchy stick. Nah. Yeah.
Whatchamacallits?
No. Whatchamacallits are
Okay.
high grade candy.
Okay.
They're one of the best candies of the world. One of the best candy bars in the world is a whatchamacallit.
Okay.
No doubt.
All right. Well, I am not familiar with the type of candy that you stole.
Yeah,
So
I got in trouble for that.
I bet you did. I got in trouble. I got in trouble for selling candy on the school bus to all of the sixth graders. One of them got caught chewing gum, and so the teacher asked where they got their gum from, and they ratted me out. They ratted me
Oh.
out. Yeah. So my mom almost got fired from her job. And I think I was in my room for a good like 2 weeks. She found my stash of cash from selling all the candy and she confiscated that. I had like a whole box full of cash. And so that was the beginning of my entrepreneurial career. So
Good
that is
job.
that is my origin story for entrepreneurship right there.
And then
Yeah.
you used your big brain in high school and was on Scholars Bowl.
Yep. Yep. I played several sports. I played softball, basketball, tennis, and
Oh.
have always been super competitive. And
But you got mono your freshman year of basketball from a boy.
I did. I did. Those damn boys. I tell you what. They'll do you in every time, those
Hmm.
boys. You have to watch
Yeah.
out for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, you're right. In high school, I also did a lot of theater
Oh,
and
really? You're
I
an
did.
actor.
I am an actress. Thank you.
I think it's the same thing.
I don't know.
I think it's the
Might
same
not
thing.
be.
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Okay. And then I did Chesapeake Challenge, which is your version of Scholars Bowl. So I was one of those nerds who had lots of information that no one needed to use. And
Isn't
yeah,
Chesapeake where they have the big clam bake sale?
the clam bake sale.
I don't know. Like, what do you guys do on the East Coast? Clam
Oh,
bakes?
clam
Like,
bakes are a New England thing. So
oh.
those are East Coast, but
Well,
they're up
what's
in
the Chesapeake Bay thing? What is
the
that?
Chesapeake Bay is blue crabs.
Okay.
Chesapeake Bay is blue crabs. So I grew up crabbing for blue crabs with chicken necks and chicken legs
What?
and yeah,
What is
yeah.
crabbing?
What
What is?
is you don't worry.
Mm.
If you're around long enough, I'll take you crabbing because
Oh
it's one of my
boy.
favorite things to do. But crabbing is fishing for crabs, and you do it with chicken legs and turkey necks and poultry pieces,
Well,
and you
time out.
tie it on a string.
You're touching poultry with your hands?
Yes, raw poultry.
Oh, that's kind of dangerous. I've learned that
It
from
can
you. You
be.
don't want to
It
do
can
that.
be. No, you don't want to contaminate things with raw poultry.
But you don't care about it when you're fishing for crabs, huh?
No, heck no. I just want to catch the crabs and then I want to clean them and eat them.
So what's the biggest crab you ever caught?
A Jimmy, probably about this big,
A
maybe about
what?
8 inches wide. A Jimmy.
Why do you call it a Jimmy?
That's what male crabs are called. They're called Jimmies.
All right,
So,
guys. You guys are learning a
so
lot about East Coast people today.
yeah, so
Jimmy's.
Jimmies have to be a certain size before you're allowed to pull them out of the water. And their size is from point to point. So blue crabs on the top of their shell go out, have a point, and then their bodies come back in. So you measure them from point to point, and they have to be more than 5 inches, or you have to throw them back.
So there's like a
And
policy.
there are policies about crabbing. You cannot keep a female crab that has eggs.
How do you know?
How do you know if they're male or female?
Yeah.
Okay, so you flip the crab over,
Uh-huh.
and the crab has a certain shape in their belly area. If they're females, they're wide and triangular. If
Okay.
they're males, they're like little
Okay.
skinny bottoms. And so that's how you tell a male from a female.
How do
And
you
if
know if it has eggs?
Well, the female, if she's carrying eggs, the eggs will be like sticking out of the shape of
Oh.
her underside.
And you
And you
don't
are
eat
not
those?
allowed, no, and you are not allowed to keep females that are carrying eggs. You have to
Why?
throw them back so that they can have their babies.
I bet some people keep them.
I don't know. I mean, if they're hungry enough, maybe.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
So you went crabbing for Jimmy's, and then what?
What do you mean then what? Okay, so I don't even know how we got on that topic of conversation. No idea. But anyway, so you asked me about the Chesapeake area, what people do there.
Chesapeake Bay
That's how we got
crabbing.
there. That's how we got there. Yeah, blue crabs. Yeah, so in high school, I was a part of that. When I graduated from high school, I started a company with my first husband, and
When
he
you
had,
graduated high school?
well, we were kind of in college, I guess, during that point in time. So I
Ah.
went to college for to be a chemical engineer,
Oh.
and so
Where
while
at? Where at? Where'd you go to college?
Virginia Tech, are there any
Oh.
other places to go to school?
Oh, that was clever. There are many
Hmm.
places to go to school.
I don't know.
Yep.
I
You and
don't
Michael Vick.
know.
You and Michael Vick.
I met him.
I know. You told me all about it.
I did. I met him in the food hall that I worked in. We were there at the same time. Hmm. Yeah. So I studied chemical engineering at Tech, and then I met my first husband there, and we started a construction company together when we graduated because
Wow.
he got migraines really bad, and so he couldn't really keep a working schedule. So it was best if he worked for himself. So we started a business together.
Okay.
And so he renovated kitchens and bathrooms and houses, and he still has that company to this
Oh,
day.
wow.
Yeah. And then I did all of the marketing and the bookkeeping and all of that while I was building my career and with Carrier. Yeah.
And Carrier is the heating and air big commercial units that you see outside of big companies. She told me she actually went down in the basement of the White House.
I did. I did. I
How many
did.
floors is underneath there?
There are
Seven.
seven
That
stories below the
that's
White House.
crazy.
And they're all various different uses that I can't talk about, but yes, there are.
Oh,
Mhm.
secrets.
Secrets.
Like
I have
National Treasure.
secrets. Yes, what a great movie. One of my favorites. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So you actually got to go down that elevator that's in National Treasure?
Mhm.
Really? That's cool.
Mhm.
Is it true they actually put the Declaration of Independence in the basement every night?
I have no idea.
Come on,
They keep
Angela.
the Declaration of Independence in the National Archives Museum. That's where that is. So that's not in the White House.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It'd be way cooler if it was in the White House.
I think maybe we should go there when you're in town. We should go to the National Archives. I think you would enjoy that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you went to Virginia Tech, started a business, you graduated, then
Mm-hmm.
what?
Then what? Then I worked for Carrier. I moved all over the place. I got divorced. That's been fun. I've been divorced twice. And while I was working for Carrier, I missed being in theater and the creative outlets that I had. And so I joined the community theater in Roanoke where I lived. And
Roanoke.
yes, and as a second lifetime or second existence, I ran the theater and I directed shows and I acted and I ran their financials for them and did all of that while I was building my career, while I was helping my husband at the time to do his business, and that was a lot of fun. And I miss my theater time.
Yeah, Angela's a night owl, everybody. Not me. I am not a night owl. But this girl can stay up till like 12 or 1 and get up at 5. I don't get
Mhm.
it. I don't get that.
I'm like Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't need much sleep either. He needs like 4 hours. That's it.
I
Four
can't
hours of
do
sleep.
that.
Hmm.
And studies are coming out that say you need way more sleep.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
People
And
that
what studies are those?
uh any study you can go out there and find. I mean, on my Whoop band it tells me all the time and how much sleep I need.
I need to
Eh,
get a Whoop band just so we can compare. Because the my Whoop band would tell me I only need 4 hours.
No. No, 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 no.
Mm.
You need to talk to our friend Ed and ask him about sleep. Ed Milet he'll set you straight.
Listen, I had
He
an
he
opportunity
he
to sit with
will
Ed
he will
Milet and
let
talk
you
about
know
lots
how
of
much
things,
he's
and he did
posting
tell
all
me
over
that.
social media how much sleep you need.
Mm. Well, he
Yeah.
probably needs that much. He probably needs that much sleep. 6 hours. I need 6 hours. That's when I feel good. I wake up at 6 hours and I feel well rested and recovered.
Mm, okay.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to use this as documentation for the future when life is really going busy fast. And I'm gonna refer back to this podcast episode and be like, remember what you said about you only need 6 hours of sleep, Angela? Because I'm sure you're gonna be like that 8, 9 hours of sleep is where it's at.
No, no, that's too
Yep.
much sleep. There's
Yep.
so many things I could get done in those 2 hours.
So you got done with the community theater. Then what?
Yeah. Then what? Then I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. So that was, or not Charlotte. I didn't go to Charlotte first. I went back to Chesapeake. So I was in Roanoke. I had the community theater. I went back to Chesapeake. And in this time period, I had two children.
Mm.
So doing all the things I was doing, I had two kids, one with my first husband and one with my second husband.
Why
Mhm.
you were still doing theater?
So Morgan, my oldest, grew up in the theater. So there
Oh,
were
that explains everything.
she spent most of her life in the first 2 years on a blanket in the floor of the theater at
Oh,
Showtimers, watching me direct and listening to people sing and playing with the people in the theater while we were rehearsing for shows and setting lights and doing set design
was the
and
community theater like mediocre, above average community theater? Or was it like pro? Like pros were in there doing their thing.
no, it was above average, I would
Okay,
say, but it was not pro. So there are two theaters in Roanoke. There's Smith Mountain Theater, which is a paid professional theater.
that sounds fancy.
Yeah, and then there is Showtimers. And so some of the people who were at Showtimers performing would also get roles, like smaller roles at Smith Mountain.
Okay,
Um, yeah. So there was a little bit of crossover there, but not a whole heck of a lot. But we had some
so
really talented people.
what was your favorite play to direct? Play, straight play.
A straight play. It's a play called Drowning Sorrows.
Okay,
And it is a play that's actually a little deep and kind of dark and depressing.
not for me then. No way.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah, but the ability to direct the emotion that had to happen in that show and then watch the actors and actresses really embody it was
Mm,
profound. I really enjoyed it
all
from that
right.
perspective. Yeah. Mhm.
Funny play
A funny play
that you've directed.
that I've directed.
Any?
Um, Gosh, you're making me like really go back in the memory banks. It was a long time ago. It was like 15 years ago. Um,
Well, what was your favorite straight play to be in?
my favorite one to be in, The Mousetrap. The
Okay.
Mousetrap by Agatha Christie. I enjoyed that because I got to practice my British accent
Oh, yeah.
and I had the lead in the show, and so
Ooh,
I
lead.
yes, of course, always the lead. Silly.
Star.
Yes, the very first show I was in at Showtimers, I was the lead in, and yeah, yeah. hmm
That's a very 80s theater name.
Showtimers? Well,
Yeah.
they started in the 60s.
Oh.
So, yeah, so it's really a 60s theater
Is it
now.
still going on? Showtimers?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
they're still performing and still doing shows, sure.
Were
Yeah.
you ever in a musical?
Uh My singing is not exactly amazing,
You're
but
working on it.
but
You're
I
getting
have
better.
directed musicals.
Yep.
And the last one that I culminated my directorial career at Showtimers with was Sweeney Todd,
Oh,
one of your not
fun.
favorites.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
remember. Oh man. We did that at Southwestern College. I was the musical director,
Oh.
and Roger Moon, who I miss dearly, God bless him. He passed away so tragic last year. He was the director, and
Mm,
it was one of the best shows that Southwestern's ever put on.
mm,
Um, but I remember coming home after rehearsal every night and telling my ex-wife now, Andrea, I just want to punch Steven Sondheim in the face
it's a tough score. It is.
because he, on the Hot Pies song in the show, he
Mm-hmm.
literally would just put notes in there to mess with the performers.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was cute and funny. He just thinks
Mm-hmm.
he's so smart about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just it doesn't sound good. It's just chaos, and that's what he was going for. Great, good job, Steinheim. Well done.
Well, it was an intentional chaos. Who makes human meat pies? I mean, let's
It's
be for
gross.
real. The whole
It's I mean,
concept is
again,
very
like it's
crazy.
not
So why
that's
wouldn't
not my
that
show,
particular
man.
song be crazy?
That's not my show. Like it's so
Mm.
dark, it's so gross. But you know, Sondheim lovers out there, you would have been proud of the Southwestern College performance. Like it was really well done. We had Roger made a chair that was on a second level set that had a slide attached to the back. So when
Mm-hmm.
people would die, they would go down the
Mm-hmm.
slide into a body bag. Like,
Okay, well, that's what we did. That's what we did. I'll get out my recording of it and I'll show you while you're here this
oh
week
God, I don't think I can watch it.
because I have it.
I don't think I can watch it, man. It's so many. I just remember giving notes and being like, on measure 38, you have to make sure that it's, C natural and not C sharp. Like that's how stupid detailed you had to be
Yep.
directing that show musically.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
You, why did you want to do the franchise? Why did you step into Famous Toastery?
When I was with Carrier, I had an amazing career. I was afforded the opportunity to learn how to manage and lead a team of humans. I was afforded the opportunity to earn a really nice income. I was afforded the opportunity to grow, and I was invested in by the leadership. So I had opportunities to do coaching when, back in the 90s and early 2000s, when a lot of coaching for leadership in businesses started. I was fortunate. The company they identified me as a future leader, and they paid for me to be coached. And I learned a lot through that whole process. And so that really helped me grow as a leader in developing people. However, the company as a whole was very beholden to its shareholders. And so it just became a business that was really driven by money and numbers and not by people and people productivity and caring about human beings. And so I noticed the shift in that, and it's not how I managed people. It's not how I choose to lead people. And so I decided that it was time for me to get out and to go into business for myself. And had always, I had always uh, had side businesses, right? Side hustles and things that I had done. So it's just time to kind of bet on myself, believe in myself, and go out on my own. So that was why I decided to do that when I did.
So you picked Famous Toastery
Hmm.
because of the food?
Pretty much. I mean, I lived in Charlotte for 4 years and eaten at the original Toast cafes, which is what it was called before they started franchising. And I just miss the food, to be honest with you. There was nothing in Virginia where I'm located now that was similar to it, and very few breakfast only type places. And so that was why I decided to go that route and
Well,
got, you know,
if you guys ever visit a famous toastery, the bacon is the bacon's really good. They put a little like maple sugar glaze on it. It's good. It tastes like it.
we don't put anything on it.
It tastes like it.
Well, it might taste like it, but we don't put anything on
Okay.
it. Yeah.
It tastes like there's some sugar up on there.
Well, okay, but we don't put it on there. It's just
Okay.
regular bacon
It
on a
must
piece
be
of
all the
parchment paper in
syrup
the
just
oven.
like evaporating in the air to the bacon then.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
But
Maybe.
the biscuits and gravy, I mean, I don't know. I've had biscuits and gravy many places in the world. The biscuits and gravy at Famous Toastery, you only need one or half of a biscuit, but the gravy with the biscuit's crunchy, fluffy. It's really, really good. Um, Highly recommend that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You thinking about it right now. We do use something that most people don't use in their sausage gravy, and that is
Oh.
chicken stock.
Oh, make it a little
Mhm.
saltier.
That is chicken stock. That is what we use.
Man,
Well,
it's good.
sausage
Golly.
gravy, think a pork sausage, you're not going to put
Well,
poultry
that's even
stock.
more healthy then. I'm gonna eat that next time I'm
Do
off
you?
75 hard. It's even more healthy. You put the chicken stock in there instead of the pork stock or beef
Mm,
stock. God
mhm.
dang. That's
Yeah,
why
that's
it's
good.
healthy for you too.
I know. It's a good time.
So, what happened after you had the toastery for a while?
Well, COVID
Ah,
happened.
you
And
made it through that like a champ.
I don't think I made it through it like a champ, but I'm still
You're
alive. I'm
still alive. You still
still
have a biz.
surviving. Still surviving. Yeah. The restaurant has been open 7.5 years. Most of my staff has been there at least three. It was a challenge to lead the team through all the changes of COVID and all of the money that wasn't there. And I somehow figured out how to make that all happen. It wasn't easy. And during that time, because I really had to focus on bringing in cash and making cash flow happen, I got really good at that. And so I created a company to help people with their books and their
Oh
finances
yeah, she helps me a ton, everybody. It
and their
works.
cash flow. Hmm. Yeah. So I now use my sales background, my sales skills, my leadership building and talent development abilities, and my cash flow knowledge and financial knowledge to help small business owners to love their business again.
Yeah, she makes you look at things you don't want to look at in your business, but
Mhm.
eventually it works.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you joined the Arate Syndicate in
21.
2021,
Mhm.
and that changed your life, obviously, completely.
Yeah, I think every facet of my life has changed. I did 75 hard for the first time in 21 also.
Oh, cool.
And that really changed my life. That was probably the biggest impetus for change for me. And then found Arte in the process. And joined Arte and met a bunch of really freaking awesome human beings who make me believe that more is possible and dreaming bigger is better and helping other people is the most critical piece of what I do now, and I love it. I love it. I'm so grateful to have found it. And of course, I found you through that process, which
Mm,
has been nice as well.
yeah, it's been awesome. Nice. So, yeah, Arate Syndicate has definitely taught us a ton about excellence and empowered us to let us know we're not crazy and some of the thoughts that we have about what is right and what is wrong and what is great leadership and what's poor leadership, um, and what to stand up for and what to fight for.
Mm-hmm. And to always, always, always commit to yourself. Hmm. Yep.
So you're finding different parts of your voice now.
I am. I am. So in while all of that was going on with the restaurant, while everything was happening with COVID, while I was creating Valkyrie, I met Marsha Hoffheinz, who is a life coach and a pretty impactful woman and believes in energy. She's a yoga trainer. She's got all of that spiritual side of herself that has really inspired me to connect with that on my own. And she and I have a women's support organization called Powerful Women's Society, and we work with female small business owners who have all of the life things, and I help from a financial and business perspective. She helps them from a life coaching perspective. And so when she hosts women's retreats that deal with the life coaching side of things, I usually go and I get to talk and open up about my life and some of the personal challenges and things that have shaped who I am today. And so that's a piece of my voice that I'm kind of discovering and also learning how to use, because I've been very business focused otherwise the rest of my life. So that's been a whole new adventure.
So do you think that being busy in business has been a good distraction for you to not have to deal with some of the things that you've been dealing with lately?
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, that being busy in general is my escape from dealing with the emotional stress of life, right? So now that I look back at it, anytime that I was over generating, over creating, overworking, it was all to combat the life emotionally that I didn't want to deal with. I mean, I look back to my first marriage and, I listed right on the start of this call all the things I was doing. I was creating a career, I was helping him run his business, I was doing at the community theater, I was also, involved with raising a child. I was doing all of these things and I was doing a lot of that to escape the unhappiness that was occurring inside of me emotionally. And I didn't realize it at that point in time. And it's only been probably in recent years that I've realized when I get super busy like that and I'm doing 100 million things, it's because I don't want to deal with emotions and not being happy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Lots of life experience, and for people listening that need help with their business or help with their life and organizing kind of their creativity and their organization, Angela is amazing at helping people with that. So I don't want to skip over this, so we're going to get right to it.
Okay.
Um what's your goal for the future? What's one of your goals for the future?
One of my goals for the future.
Yeah.
I struggled growing up with my childhood with not understanding the real definition of love and what that looks like and what that means. And I achieved and performed in order to receive what I thought was love. And what I'm coming to find out in recent months and years is that uh, I really didn't understand what love was, what it looked like, or what it is. And so I kind of am on a mission right now to empower women and also men who don't understand what that is, so that they can improve their life by learning how to love other people and love unconditionally other
That's
people.
good.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I had to do that. I
So
had to do
silly.
that.
You're so silly.
It was like the perfect moment.
You're so silly.
I
Yeah.
want to feel what love is. I know you can show
Oh, I'll
me.
show you. I'll show you.
Oh, easy, easy.
Oh,
We're
easy.
recording.
Oh,
We're
easy.
recording. We're on
Yeah.
recording right now.
Anyways,
Angela,
anyways. Yes, so one of
golly.
my one of my goals is to write a book. It's one of the books that I want to write about my journey of
Hmm.
understanding what love is, what it has done in my life, what a misunderstanding of what it was meant to be caused, and how I worked through and continue to work through to get to the point where I can just love unconditionally without expectation or any ties.
And trusting that you're loved no matter what.
Why you gotta stare at me like that?
I'm just saying that statement
We're
on the
recording. Are
air.
we recording? Yeah, I got you.
Good.
I got you.
Okay, 4 questions. What do you love?
Okay.
What do you love more than anything in the whole world?
Myself.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you tick? What gives you joy? What makes you excited?
Oh, being able to help other people. Watching that like transformational awakening light bulb go off in people's minds is amazing. And I want to do everything I can to make as much of that happen as possible.
Yeah, I hope we're gonna get some opportunities for that in 2 weeks at Angela's event Evolve in Primland.
2 weeks? That's a week from today, silly. Are you going to be
A
late?
week from today. Never mind. God, this spring. The second quarter's going fast.
I know. You better get your stuff together.
I am.
It's still first quarter. I don't know why you said second quarter.
It's still first quarter?
It's still first quarter, babe, till the end of March.
Time out. What?
Time out. First quarter ends March 31st.
What? I
Oh
am
my
golden.
goodness. You are
I'm
not golden. You
golden.
got work to do. Listen, as your business coach and business
Oh
manager, you
boy.
have work to do.
Yeah, end of March. Yeah, let's go.
Mhm.
91 days in for the first quarter because of leap year.
Yes.
Okay. I can handle that.
Okay.
All right. What do you love? What makes you tick? Why? What are your purposes?
One of which I just alluded to is to help others to have their awakening, start their transformation in life. We're all here to learn lessons, and I firmly believe that. And some people miss that until they wake up to that. I also feel like one of my other purposes is to I really think that that's it, actually. I think helping other people in the ways they need help and sharing my lessons is really my main purpose here on the planet, and to love people, to just love, just to love. Hmm.
You love loving.
I do. I do. I'm a little gift giver too. I love to give little gifts and give
Oh,
little
I
loves.
know.
Oh, yeah. I
And then
love
I
it.
and then I feel like I have to buy you something
Oh
every
my
single
gosh.
time.
No.
Okay. No.
No, but I do
I'll,
like surprises. So you could
yeah.
surprise me whenever you want because I love
I
those.
know.
They could
I
be
know.
free. They could be free surprises. They don't have
Okay.
to be stuff.
I got lots of things I could give you that are just
Oh, okay.
that are around here that I can gift.
Oh, okay.
All right. Why is Angela Goodman on Earth?
I just said it. I'm
Well,
here
this
to
is
love.
this is the ultimate, right?
I'm
This
here
is
to
the
love.
ultimate.
I'm here to love.
So that's why you're on Earth.
Yep.
Well, there you go, everybody. If you need love,
Yes.
Angela Goodman's your person.
That's a true story. It might be tough love sometimes. It might be hard love. It might be things you don't want to hear, but I'm
Hmm.
here to give love and deliver messages in love.
So what are you excited about coming up? What's coming up for you?
Evolve is coming up next week, and I have some boy I met is coming to visit me in a few days. So I'm excited about that. And then Evolve is coming up after that, and we get to work together, which is also exciting to me.
Yeah, I get
Mhm.
to I get to herd cats, make sure that everybody's staying on time and on schedule, and the intentions are correct, and nobody's checking out.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna
yeah,
be
I'll be
fabulous.
the MC for that event, and working with Marcia on communication in relationships.
Yes, look at you go. How do you feel about that?
I mean, my communication in relationships is truth.
Oh, really?
Sometimes brutal truth that
Oh,
lots of
really?
people can't even handle.
Well, good thing you found somebody who can handle it all.
Mm, I know it's a lot.
It is a lot. There are days where it is extra, but that's
Yeah.
okay. The good news for you is I'm just here to love. So I'll just keep
And
loving.
you're extra too. Don't let her fool you, guys.
I am not extra at
She can
all.
tornado. She can tornado.
Well, I mean, I'm getting better at that. We all have things
Um,
to work on.
let's see. So you got Evolve coming up, and
Mhm.
then we're gonna go to Vegas and watch Garth Brooks, my
We are.
favorite performer of all time.
We are.
And then May, June, July, August is kind of, we got a trip planned in there for the boys and the girls to go to Universal, and then
Mhm.
we're planning a giant event in
Mhm.
Nashville in
We are.
September.
Hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And Angela has been kicking booty with that. Like, do you guys need an event of magnitude? Angela
We got
Goodman.
you.
Yep,
We
we
got
got you. Okay,
we got
yeah, we
you.
got
Yeah,
you.
we. We're a team. We
Yeah.
got you.
So I'm in charge of like the production side of it,
Hmm.
and Angela's in charge of everything that's not production.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else from
But
swag to merch
for
to
those,
all the things.
yeah, for those two or
Mm.
3 days, for me, it's gonna be I'm gonna earn every cent of my money. Like,
Well, you're emceeing too, which is amazing.
yeah, in
Yeah.
the municipal auditorium, which
Yeah.
should be called municipal arena. It's
Mhm.
huge.
It seats 5,000 people.
Yep.
And this first event will only be a quarter of that. Well, a little bit more than a quarter of that, but next year's might be the whole thing full.
Phew.
Hmm.
Um. So, what do you think that is on your bucket list to accomplish next?
Well, I speak often, but I don't have a keynote on paper. And so I want to get that done. And I also have 3 or 4 ideas for books that I want to write. And so this year I want to get one of those accomplished. So those are my 2 big goals for 24 for myself personally.
Well, you got lots of time since it's only quarter one.
Oh my gosh, 2 months already gone. 2 months already gone.
Yeah, it feels like spring came really fast this year.
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
All right. Any last words for the audience?
No, I appreciate you tuning in if you did.
Oh, and where can they find you, Angela?
They can
How
find
ca-
me on Instagram at Ms. Angela Goodman, MS Angela Goodman. And then you can also find my business if you need help with your small business. You can find my business at www.valkyrieventuresgroup.com.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. And I look forward to talking to you every single day.
Thank you for having me today. And I also look forward to talking to you every single day.
All right. We will talk to you guys next week. Thank you, guys.